Welcome everybody back to another episode here on our WWE 2K18 universe. Now this is the third part of our Wrestlemania pay-per-view, and we're kicking it off with a huge brawl, fight, battle between two monsters. Samoa Joe, of course, wearing the t-shirt, right hand of destruction. His opponent, I would say, could be the left hand, and his opponent is Drew McIntyre. We're going to see Samoa Joe versus Drew McIntyre here tonight as we kick off this third part of our 2K18 Universe Mode Wrestlemania pay-per-view. And what a feud this has built up to be. Over the past few months, not few weeks, few months, Drew McIntyre and Samoa Joe have just been going at it. Drew McIntyre, okay, he tried his shot at earning a Raw contract just a few months ago. Samoa Joe used that as a means to kick the living shit out of Drew McIntyre, and then afterwards beat on Drew McIntyre again. Because why not? Okay, he wanted to prove a point at that time. Well, Drew McIntyre over the past few months has shown that he has not liked that. Even though he's not a part of Friday Night Raw, he has shown that he is not a fan of being pushed around by a man like Samoa Joe. So, Drew McIntyre here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, he is ready to fight Samoa Joe one more time. Drew McIntyre to be taking on Samoa Joe in an Extreme Rules matchup. Okay, Samoa Joe and Drew McIntyre, they have definitely gone back and forth. And we're going to start off here tonight. We're going to start off this third part of our universe mode with such a fight. And then, oh, look at this. And Samoa Joe showing off the strength. Going after Drew McIntyre and all those vicious elbows, trapping Drew McIntyre. Ladies and gentlemen, Samoa Joe just did in this Extreme Rules match. And Joe, look at this. He is begging Drew McIntyre to give him a fight. And Samoa Joe punches him in the head. Goes for a big back suplex, reversed by Drew. And now Drew, look at this, throws Samoa Joe across the ring. And Joe, now look at this. Now Drew taunting Samoa Joe here tonight. And now going for a suplex and throws him across the ring. And Drew McIntyre, look at this. This tall monster of a man going after Samoa Joe now with the strikes. And Joe, look at this, gets thrown to the outside. And Drew McIntyre, ladies and gentlemen, waiting for Samoa Joe to get up. And now this is an Extreme Rules match, like I said. So this is every man for, or not every man for himself. Well, it is, but you know, this is going to be a fight. This is going to be a brawl. Weapons are allowed as Joe, look at this, picking him up. What in the hell does he have in mind? Oh, God. Trying to break the shins, the legs of Drew McIntyre with that one. But Drew McIntyre, I don't think really liked that. As now Joe with the headbutt there on the outside. And now this fight continuing on. Samoa Joe throwing Drew McIntyre back into the ring. Surprise, there's no weapons involved as of yet. As Joe, look at this, going for the pin, trying to end this early, surprisingly. Sure, he wants to get revenge, but at the same time, what revenge it would be to just absolutely destroy Drew McIntyre again without a big fight going into it. Okay, if Samoa Joe just humiliates him, you know, imagine what that could do for Samoa Joe, but I don't think Drew McIntyre wants that shit to happen. As Joe, look at this, gets thrown across the ring once again. Drew McIntyre definitely showing Samoa Joe that he can outpower him. Usually Samoa Joe is the man outpowering his opponent. However, Drew McIntyre, look again, once again, does it by outpowering, throwing his opponent across the ring, throwing Samoa Joe in this big fight feel here tonight. As Drew McIntyre gets kicked in the stomach, Samoa Joe going for a powerbomb position. He's got him up and then throws him into the top turnbuckle. Samoa Joe answering that feat of strength with his own, with a huge buckle bomb now wearing out on the neck area of Drew McIntyre. Samoa Joe goes for the cover off of it. One, no, only a 1 count once again. And now Samoa Joe watched Drew McIntyre here tonight leave the ring, and now look at this, he's got a steel chair. And Joe, look at this. Oh, wants to go for a big maneuver. Samoa Joe moved out of the way of the steel chair. And Drew, oh, with a big snap suplex by Joe onto McIntyre. And Samoa Joe surprisingly not using any weapons here tonight. And then a punch to the head. And now look at this. Getting answered with a few punches of his own by Drew on the outside. And Joe throwing Drew McIntyre into those steel steps. And then again. Oh my god, I think the side grated against the steel steps. And then Joe, look at this. Getting lifted up into a big sidewalk slam onto the knee of Drew McIntyre. And Samoa Joe getting up. Drew McIntyre has a kendo stick. Wants to go hit him in the head. And no, reverse with a big maneuver there with the kendo stick. And look at this. Joe, surprisingly, not using any weapons. Is now, oh my god. Oh! Landing knee first onto that kendo stick. That must not have felt very good at all. As now Joe, look at this, gets reversed. Elbow to the head. Joe throws Drew McIntyre again into the steel steps. And now the kicks connecting there by Samoa Joe on Drew McIntyre. Okay, this is not about championships. This is about a fight. This is about a chance to show who is better. This is about absolute hatred towards one another here tonight. As Drew, what is he going for here? I have no idea. It looks like he decides to take out a table here. Now we saw a table used earlier in the hardcore title matchup. However, Samoa Joe, punch to the head, reversed. Ladies and gentlemen, Drew McIntyre, punch to the head, throws him into the corner. And then, oh, with an elbow there. And Samoa Joe now getting up. Drew McIntyre definitely has the control in this one. As now throws Samoa Joe to the outside. Drew McIntyre with the big run up. Jumping over. Oh, with a huge flip over the top rope to the outside. Big maneuver there by the big man, Drew McIntyre. Showing a little bit of athleticism here tonight. As now Joe outside. Samoa Joe, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent Drew McIntyre in the middle of the ring, now going outside with him. He has set a table up in the middle of the ring. I have no idea why, but now look at this, picking him up and then takes him down there. The big man gets taken down by Drew McIntyre here tonight at WrestleMania. Samoa Joe, however, throws him inside the ring. And Samoa Joe, surprising me at least, that he has still not used any weapons. Drew McIntyre staring at Samoa Joe. The referee might not want to be in between the two. Okay, as now Joe finally runs into the ring. And Drew McIntyre picking him up. And face first goes Samoa Joe. Drew McIntyre seems to definitely have all the control in this one, as Samoa Joe picking up his opponent. Takes him down with a big Samoan drop there on the inside of the ring. The referee watching on here tonight. Samoa Joe, look at this big German suplex. Oh no, and now into the huge full Nelson German, and then another German here tonight connects there. And Samoa Joe folding Drew McIntyre up here tonight. As now big knee to the head. In this huge fight we are seeing is now Joe. Look at this. Oh, with a head right to the face with the kendo stick. And then goes for it again. Reverse into another maneuver there with the kendo stick, slamming it into pounding it into the stomach of Drew McIntyre. As now Drew, he's down. Samoa Joe goes for a cover in this Extreme Rules match. 1, 2. And no, only a 2 count there. Drew McIntyre seemingly barely getting the shoulder up. And Samoa Joe, there you see, he's tired. He's thinking, what is he going to do? How is he going to defeat Drew McIntyre? And it looks like he might try to tap him out. And now, oh, look at this. He's got his hold locked in. Drops down. Coquina clutch. Samoa Joe, Drew McIntyre has nowhere to go. Okay? Even if he was close to the ropes, this is an Extreme Rules match. You can't just get a rope break. Drew McIntyre, he needs to somehow think of a creative way potentially to get out of this submission hold, this finishing maneuvers. Now the headbutt there by Drew McIntyre and Samoa Joe. Look at this, Drew McIntyre getting up. Surprisingly, I think he's just using any last gasps he has. against Samoa Joe, as he slams him down with the powerbomb. A powerbomb so impressive that the table just fell. Okay, and Drew McIntyre, he has the control back on his side. And look at this, what the hell? Drew McIntyre! Oh, I think he's gone completely insane here tonight. As Samoa Joe has kicked him into the... Oh, God. Drew McIntyre set that table up to burst into flames, and I think Samoa Joe realizes it. Samoa Joe might just absolutely kill Drew McIntyre here through the flaming table. Samoa Joe goes for the cover. 1, 2. No, and Drew somehow he was just superplexed through a flaming table, and Drew McIntyre doesn't care as a kick to the back of the head, and Samoa Joe back on the attack goes for another cover. I don't even think he can believe it. And Samoa Joe realizes Drew McIntyre is kicked out again. What in the hell? Drew McIntyre showing some sort of strength, some sort of resiliency. I do believe he's now busted open. Yeah, he has a big cut on the forehead of Drew McIntyre now. And Samoa Joe punch to the head. German suplex connects. Usually what follows up, and yeah, it looks like he's doing it. Oh, with the big full Nelson suplex again, and now Drew McIntyre, huge. Oh my God, just huge German suplex folding him up. And then again, it looks like with the kicks on Drew McIntyre. And Samoa Joe just picking him up, not giving him a chance to heal. However, Drew McIntyre throws him down. And now picking him up once again, cradling him under his arm into that big slam there. Into that big maneuver, and Drew McIntyre now goes back to the outside. What does he have in mind? I'm not too sure. He's got the steel chair now. And now he's staring at Joe. What a fight this is. Oh, look at that. Elbowing the chair into the face. And now Samoa Joe connects there, dropping on the chair. Ladies and gentlemen, that chair might have just cost him the match. Samoa Joe laying on top of it with the coquina clutch locked in tight. And now, Drew McIntyre, look at this. Oh, right to the head. They're getting out of it. And Samoa Joe now. Drew McIntyre, oh, look at this. Capturing him. And now, connects there onto the table piece. Onto the wood. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre, my God. What a fight we have just seen between these two. Oh my God. Drew McIntyre surviving a flaming table. Ladies and gentlemen, a flaming frickin' table. There he's on the outside again after the suicide dive. And then the German suplex folding him up, landing on the neck. And then this is what I thought it was over. I absolutely thought it was over. Drew McIntyre, I'm surprised he even survived this. Being burst into flames, pretty much. Okay, being burned on the back, and Drew McIntyre, there you see, getting his revenge, finally. Getting his revenge from a few months ago, where Samoa Joe decided to take advantage of Drew McIntyre and absolutely beat the hell out of him after their grueling match. Drew McIntyre, after another grueling, hardcore bout, defeats Samoa Joe as we move on to the next one here tonight. Well, everybody, earlier tonight, we saw the last ever hardcore title matchup in our Universe Mode series. And, you know, going forward, because that hardcore title is going to be replaced. This title, however, ladies and gentlemen, this matchup is for the last ever light heavyweight title. So no more light heavyweight championship titles. So that means going into the next series, there's going to be no light heavyweight division. I'll get more into that during the draft during the draft video before 2K19 Universe Mode. However, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are going to see that light heavyweight title leave with a huge send-off, as we're going to see a 6-man ladder matchup. Now, this man and the champion are the only two people that we actually know. Okay, we can make some guesswork as to who else is going to be in the match. We know Austin Aries and, of course, the champion Neville are in this matchup. The other 4 people, we have no idea. So, Aries and Neville, the only 2 people we know in this 6-man ladder matchup for the light heavyweight champion, is now making his way to the ring afterwards. Austin Aries, he's in the ring. He's waiting for him here tonight. And Brian Kendrick, okay, apparently he's going to be in the matchup. Okay, well, Brian Kendrick, I can totally see him being in this matchup because Brian Kendrick, a few weeks ago, he definitely showed that he can transcend both the light heavyweight division and just, you know, the main roster divisions, I guess you would call it. The heavyweight division, I don't know what you'd call it. Okay, because he defeated Jeff Hardy a few weeks ago, Brian Kendrick did. And that's no small feat. Okay, Brian Kendrick defeated Jeff Hardy, former WWE champion. So I can definitely see Brian Kendrick being like, hey, I want a shot at that title. And I can definitely see him earning it and getting it here tonight. So Brian Kendrick going to be the second man in this 6-man ladder matchup here tonight. Who's going to be the next person? And ladies and gentlemen, Brian Kendrick, Austin Aries, those two are going to be joined by this man, Hideo Itami, making his return to our television screens, or YouTube screen, or computer screens, or phone screen, whatever you're watching this on, making his return here at WrestleMania. Okay, Hideo Itami, he's only had one match, and he lost it, which sucks. It does kind of suck. But Hideo Itami, he's only had one matchup in our series, and that man that he lost to was, at that time, the current light heavyweight champion, but now a challenger in this matchup, Austin Aries. So Hideo Itami, I can guarantee you, has not forgotten about that one. So Austin Aries has to be watching out, because Hideo Itami might just have a target set for Aries here tonight, and for that light heavyweight title. As now we have Hideo Itami, Austin Aries, Brian Kendrick, who's going to be the fourth man in this ladder matchup. And ladies and gentlemen, the fourth man here at WrestleMania, CEDRIC Alexander here tonight. Now, I personally have always really liked CEDRIC Alexander. Sure, he hasn't had too many good spots. Sure, he hasn't done a lot to prove himself here in our universe, but he hasn't gotten too many opportunities. I've personally always loved CEDRIC Alexander since the 205, since the Cruiserweight Classic a few years back, and this is real life talking. Since the Cruiserweight Classic, I've just always loved him. So, CEDRIC Alexander here tonight. Let's see if my love can be correct. Let's see if he can climb the ladder and retrieve the light heavyweight title, as now the fifth man in this matchup, none other than one half of the Lucha Dragons. That's right, because the Lucha Dragons are a thing. If you missed that one episode a few months back, whatever. Kalisto here tonight. Okay, sure. He before he was rocking, you know, like a greenish, blackish attire, which I don't know why. I think it's because I don't know why he chose to do it, but he definitely, you know, was pretty successful in that attire. But he revert back to the Lucha Dragons. Okay, Sin Cara is probably watching on, hoping that this young man Kalisto can win the light heavyweight title here tonight. He can regain that championship. So, Kalisto, ladies and gentlemen, the fifth contender and the last man, the king of the cruiserweights. Okay, he doesn't necessarily have a crown, but currently he has a title. That man, Neville, the light heavyweight champion here tonight. He wants to go into 2K18 with the title. Now, I'd like to point out, I do know, okay, so as of recording this, I've already seen all the people on the roster. I know Neville's not in the game, but if Neville does win, which, you know, I'm completely open to Neville winning, or Austin Aries, or Brian Kendrick. I know none of them are going to be in the game, but if they are in the next game, I'll definitely replace them with Cause. That's just to tell you, because I do believe Neville is awesome. But yeah, anyways, Neville here tonight, making his way to the ring. The light heavyweight title on the line. Let's get into it. As Hideo Itami going after Austin Aries, Neville going after Kalisto, and CEDRIC Alexander going after Brian Kendrick. A ladder match for the light heavyweight title. All of these men typically are more of the high-fly kind of side of the offense spectrum, as a big drop kick by Austin Aries there to Hideo Itami. Cedric Alexander and Brian Kendrick seem to be going to the outside. Hideo Itami just low-blowed Austin Aries. Okay, that was cool. And now Hideo Itami going after Austin Aries there. And then again, ladies and gentlemen, going after him here. Neville and Hideo Itami staring at each other. Brian Kendrick working over Cedric Alexander. Changed his mind. Going after Austin Aries here. Neville and Hideo Itami fighting now. Cedric and Kalisto fighting. This is every man for himself. Ladder matchup for the light heavyweight title. All of these men want to win here tonight. Is now a big cutter style maneuver there by Austin Aries. Neville, the champion, rolling to the outside. Hideo Itami seems to be grabbing the ladder. The first ladder being introduced into the matchup. Brian Kendrick also seemingly rolling to the outside. Cedric Alexander. Oh, and Kalisto. Very close. I do believe his leg caught on the ladder there. That Hideo Itami entered into the fray. Is now Neville. Look at this, going for a brainbuster style maneuver, it looked like, or a suplex on Hideo Itami. Hideo Itami reversed it. Cedric Alexander. Look at this, throwing Kalisto to the outside, also knocking out Austin Aries, it looked like. And now Cedric. What in the hell does he have? He's doing something with the ladder. I have no idea, but Hideo Itami now grabbing the ladder. Sees that Neville, ladies and gentlemen, trying to steal the ladder, and he does. Now hits him in the face. And now Cedric Alexander on the outside. Austin Aries also on the outside joining him. Kalisto and Hideo Itami fighting. Brian Kendrick and Neville fighting here tonight on the outside. As now Austin Aries seemingly going after Brian Kendrick's now. Oh, went to go for a dropkick. Miss. And Hideo Itami, look at this. Back suplex. Reverse there. The ladder almost falling on top of him. Okay. As now going for a maneuver. Reverse there. Hideo Itami gets taken down. Neville and Cedric fighting. Kalisto and Brian Kendrick fighting in the corner. Okay, so all 6 men back in the ring here tonight in this 6-man environment, the 6-man brawl. Okay, Neville on the top, going for a big, impressive Phoenix splash on Cedric Alexander. Beautifully hit there by the champion, by the king, as he calls himself. Kalisto going after everybody with that ladder is now, by Hideo Itami on Austin Aries, taking him down. And Neville, the champion, going after Kalisto here, one of his challengers, one of his many challengers. Cedric Alexander, huge suplex into the ladder, my God! Trying to just destroy, to decimate Neville here tonight. Is now Austin Aries, the man who lost to Neville, lost that title to Neville, facing him here. Hideo Itami seems to be rolling to the outside. Brian Kendrick on the outside as well. Cedric Alexander climbing the turnbuckle. Kalisto with that big Huracan Rana. And Austin Aries hits him there with the brainbuster. The brainbuster connects on Neville. Neville could be out of it. And Cedric going after him. And I do believe Brian Kendrick just hit a huge maneuver there on the outside on Kalisto as well. Maybe a sliced bread. I don't know. I was sort of paying attention. There's so many people in the ring. It's very difficult to go after everybody. But Brian Kendrick definitely setting up the ladder. It looked like he was about to climb the ladder. And now Kalisto is still down. But Brian Kendrick now, ladies and gentlemen, trying to reach for the title. And now Hideo Itami. Look at this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Off the top of the ladder. A neck breaker. Taking out Hideo Itami. He could be out for the rest of the match. I don't even know after that huge maneuver. But Brian Kendrick now going up top. He's got the title in his hand. And now Cedric, look at this powerbomb. Ooh, edge of the ladder. The bottom edge of the ladder. Hitting the back of Brian Kendrick. And Kendrick is just not looking too good. And now look at this. Neville, big maneuver. Face first goes Cedric Alexander. And now Brian Kendrick takes down the champion. Going after him with the ladder. And now, Hideo Itami with a big maneuver to the face by Brian Kendrick with that ladder. Austin Aries and Kalisto fighting on the outside. Neville now, he's got the ladder now. Okay, the only man to have tried to go for the title is Brian Kendrick. And now Neville seemingly trying to climb the ladder, and Neville gets stopped there by Hideo Itami. Okay, getting knocked outside the ring. As now, look at this, trying to grab the title, trying to grab it here. And now with Brian Kendrick, look at this with the strikes. And then, and again with the punches. And again, right to the jaw. And Kendrick, look at this, trying to go for the title once again. Okay, he's just trying to unhook it here. Will he be able to do it? Austin Aries fighting him. And Cedric now going up top, joining Brian Kendrick. And Austin Aries looking up at Cedric, and Cedric Alexander once again trying to desperately get the title here. Everybody's just racing to get to that title. They all know, ladies and gentlemen, that the winner, and oh, look at this, Neville trying to push both men, and Austin Aries surprising me at least joining him. Okay, definitely realizing the enemy of my enemy is my friend in that situation. However, Neville takes down Austin Aries immediately afterwards. Okay, Neville the only man standing, and what the hell? Hideo Itami grabbing the steel steps. I'm not too sure what that's all about, but okay. Anyways, Austin Aries, big maneuver, big backwards DDT on the champions now. Oh, let's go for a back suplex once again, reversed by Hideo Itami, or reversed by Austin Aries by Hideo Itami. And now look at this. Big maneuver there by Kalisto to Cedric. And Austin Aries, oh, with the big DDT, taking him out. Hideo Itami could be out for the rest of the matchup. As Kendrick going after him here. Ladies and gentlemen, after that big DDT onto the ring apron, the hardest part of the ring, of course, as you all know. And Kendrick with a big suplex there, and Kalisto's taking out everybody with that ladder. And Kalisto, now look at this. Oh, look at sliced bread number 2 once again, or sliced bread by Brian Kendrick. And now Kalisto trying to so desperately take down the title. Okay, look at this. He could potentially win the light heavyweight title here, and I am not too sure. And Cedric and Kalisto, ladies and gentlemen, stopping it from happening. Or Cedric stopping Kalisto from taking out the titles. Now look at Austin Aries slams him down. Brian Kendrick pummeling, absolutely pummeling Hideo Itami on the outside. Now look at this, Austin Aries with a big flip on the inside of the ring. Okay, all 6 of these men want to leave here. Now your light heavyweight champion, your last ever light heavyweight champion. Okay, all 6 of these men have been fingertips throughout their entire careers here in our universe mode. Fingertips away from that title. And now all of these men want to win here tonight, that championship. And now Kalisto, look at that with a big maneuver there to the kick. Or kicking him down. As now, look at this, Huracan Rana. What in the hell? Oh, slamming him down onto the mat. And now Brian Kendrick, ladies and gentlemen, he's got the ladder here. And now Cedric and Neville fighting on the outside. And now elbow to the head by Hideo Itami. Now Hideo Itami with a big drop kick there. Then look at this, a Phoenix Splash missed, however. And Hideo Itami, look at this. He's been beaten down most of the matchup slowly, trying to get up to the title. He wants that championship just like all of the people in it. All of the people in this match. And now Kalisto trying to push Hideo Itami. I don't know if he can. And now Hideo Itami trying his best to win the title here. And now Brian Kendrick punching him down. Kalisto, now look at this. What in the hell? Cedric Alexander trying to push him. And now Lucas throws him. Oh my god! Not only onto Cedric Alexander, but onto the steel steps Brian Kendrick are holding. And now Kalisto, look at this. About to win the matchup. And he does! What in the hell? Kalisto? Out of nowhere, Jesus, the way he just threw Hideo Itami off the ladder. Oh my god, I hope that's a replay. But Cedric Alexander, Austin Aries, Neville now, Hideo Itami, and Brian Kendrick have just lost this matchup to Kalisto. Here tonight, one half of the Lucha Dragons. Let's replay some of this, and look at this. Bam, I didn't even catch that. My god, face first into the outside. Now look at this. Oh, connected there with the lumbar check. I didn't even catch it. I'm so sorry there's so many people in the match. And now look at this. Kalisto, ladies and gentlemen, your light heavyweight champion. Your last ever light heavyweight champion, Kalisto. Oh, what a final match indeed here tonight in our 3rd part of our WrestleMania pay-per-view. This is not the main event, but this is the 3rd part of our WrestleMania pay-per-view. Okay, of course, we still have another a part. Usually we have only 3 parts in a pay-per-view. For WrestleMania, we're going to have 4 parts because it's my show. And that's what I feckin' want. Anyways, here tonight in our final part. Or not our final part, our third part. What did I just say? Whatever. It is one of my most anticipated matches for the evening. Aleister Black. The dark and mysterious Aleister Black. Rocking a little bit of a different attire. Usually he rocks the all black. Tonight he's rocking some gray. Which, you know, it's fine. Okay. Aleister Black. Sorry, I've still got Austin Aries on the brain from the last match. Aleister Black. Here tonight. Making his WrestleMania debut. Against a man who is... whose name is synonymous with WrestleMania. Aleister Black to be taking on another creature of the night, another unpredictable, another man who is not afraid of the darkness. That man is the Undertaker. Ladies and gentlemen, here tonight, the Undertaker taking on Aleister Black. Some would say Undertaker versus the young Undertaker, almost. Both equally dangerous in the ring, as the Undertaker making his way down the ramp. Okay, I didn't even know about that. Oh shit, that was cool. I didn't even know about the weird Undertaker logo thing. Like that, honestly, I didn't know about that. That was cool. As the Demon of Death Valley about to take on Aleister Black here tonight at WrestleMania. The showcase of the immortals, and what a way to become immortal is by defeating the Undertaker. However, that's no easy feat, as we've seen throughout the years, as the Undertaker to be taking on Aleister Black here tonight. Let's get into it. And Undertaker, look at this. Oh, what the hell? Look at this out of nowhere. Connects the tombstone immediately going into this matchup. They cover. 1, 2, and no one a kick out there. Undertaker trying to finish this off early. And look at this, the Undertaker. Look at this, taunting Aleister Black. It looks like he doesn't even care. Okay, now the Undertaker, look at this with the strikes. Oh, God. Punch to the head. And now Black, look at this. Bounces off the ropes, and the Undertaker just waiting for him. Is now Undertaker, oh, with a kick to the head there. And Aleister Black now with the strikes. Reversed. And the Undertaker gets reversed there by Black. And Aleister Black, now, ladies and gentlemen, Black Mass connects! The Black Mass connects there. 1. And no one a kick out there by the Undertaker that time. Both of these men hitting each other with their best shot right out of the opening gates. And the Undertaker rolls to the outside, staring at his opponent here tonight, his challenger to his legendary WrestleMania regime, or however you would say it, I don't even know. As now Aleister Black gets thrown right into the announce table there. And look at this, he's got the bat. And just drops it there. What in the hell? I think he's telling Aleister Black to use that bat on the Undertaker. He enters the ring with it, definitely doesn't care. And now he just punches it out of his hand. Undertaker, I think, feels insulted that he even tried to use it. Throws him to the outside again. And Taker, look at this. He keeps throwing Aleister Black to the outside. I think a little bit of some mind games. Okay? Usually Aleister Black, in his matches, the man who has mastered the mind games. And Aleister Black, now look at this, taking down the Undertaker. However, Taker showing Aleister Black that he has some mind games of his own. As now Black, look at this, wrenching on the arm. Okay, Taker now needs to get out of it once again. Aleister Black, I'm not even too sure who I root for here tonight in this fight. As now Undertaker punch to the head, reverse there again with a big elbow to the face. And Aleister Black, look at this, wrapping his arm around with a big clothesline, connects on the dead man. And Black now, oh God, look at this. Oh, connects there. What in the hell? Huge frog splash. I don't even know if he got all of it, but it looked punishing enough. It looked devastating. 1. No, only a 1 count there by The Undertaker, however. And Aleister Black, the young man, looking on as his opponent. Hey, Aleister Black, a force to be reckoned with in that ring. And Black, look at this, going for a maneuver. Oh, with a right to the arm there. And Taker rolls to the outside, staring at Aleister Black. And now grabbing him. And now look at this. Leg drop connects on the ropes. And Aleister in the corner. Taker now, look at this. He wants him up. He wants up the Aleister Black, the young man. Okay, it looks like he's going for a choke slam. Going for it. Reversed there with a DDT by Black. And Aleister Black runs up into the corner there. And now look at this, going for the double stop. Reversed there by The Undertaker. And Taker now, look at this, going for a maneuver. Aleister Black, however, quick strike to the stomach, stopping The Undertaker. And oh god, stopping him from mid-air, I guess, that time. Going for a huge last ride, potentially. Now reversing that one. Ladies and gentlemen, and Aleister Black there. Oh my god, out of nowhere again with the black mask. Goes for the cover here. 1. No, and again The Undertaker kicks out. How in the hell? That's now 2 black masses on the dead man here at WrestleMania. Aleister Black now in the corner. Okay, he's seeing The Undertaker's legendary... Oh, God, knee to the face there. He is definitely noticing Undertaker's legendary WrestleMania resiliency unfold in this one. As now Taker goes up to the top turnbuckle by Aleister Black's command. And Aleister Black, look at this. Undertaker, oh, going for a big running clothesline reversed. And then, oh, look at this, grabbing the arm. And now the quick strikes connects there by Aleister Black on The Undertaker. And The Undertaker now, his neck being wrenched here tonight at WrestleMania. As Aleister Black, once again, look at this, picking up the dead man. Definitely working over the head, however, going for the kick reversed. And Undertaker now, look at this, pulling out a little bit of some old school potentially. He's got the arm, walking the tightrope, connects there on the back. And The Undertaker, look at this. He wants Aleister Black here again, picks him up. And look at this, Aleister Black throws Undertaker into the corner now. And now, oh, look at this, Taker catching him with a big clothesline. And now, picks up Aleister Black, punches him into the ropes. Taker, however, gets thrown to the outside once again. And Aleister, look at this one to go for a kick again, reversed. And now right to the head with an elbow. However, Taker, falling down to his knee, might be getting a little bit tired in this matchup. And Taker getting himself back up. Aleister Black staring at The Undertaker, takes him down. And now picking him back up a little bit here in the knee, in the kick. Oh, and the kick connects there. Okay, Undertaker has been reversing that the entire matchup. Aleister Black finally hits it, and Taker doesn't even look puzzled. Okay, and Taker, look at this, going for a big strike reversed. Aleister Black catching him into a clothesline there once again. Into this main event caliber matchup already. Going for a huge maneuver there, reversed. And Taker now, look at this, going for a maneuver once again. Aleister Black catching him off guard. Into the clothesline once again, catching him exactly where he wants him. And The Undertaker not looking too good. Once again, going for another clothesline there. Just pummeling The Undertaker with those specialized clotheslines. Okay, but Taker once again kicking out. Doesn't care here tonight. He wants to win. He wants to show everybody that he is not tired. Ladies and gentlemen, he is not some old man. As Taker takes him down there with a big maneuver. And Undertaker now staring at Black, thinking, what's he gonna do next? I'm not too sure. And Undertaker just stomps him down. The huge frame of The Undertaker with that big boot to the back must be painfully devastating on the young man, Aleister Black. And Taker now, look at this, standing over him. And Undertaker picking him up, going for a tombstone pile driver once again. Oh, look at this! Aleister Black reverses it with one of his own. Black reverses it. The cover. on The Undertaker. 1. And no, only a kick out there by The Undertaker on Aleister Black. And Black, look at this, picking him up. Black signaling for the Black Mass here tonight to get on the matchup. Connects there with the Black Mass. That's 3 Black Masses plus a tombstone on The Undertaker. 1, 2, and 3. Aleister Black. Oh my God. Defeating The Undertaker here tonight. There you see the tombstone. Be early on in the matchup. However, it didn't matter. Black Mass connects there. Those two huge maneuvers right in the beginning of the match, and then a big, huge DDT off the choke slam. Okay, these two had counter for counters, kicking out of each other's best maneuvers. Aleister Black gave Undertaker his own best maneuver, then a Black Mass, and it's over. Aleister Black shocking the world, showing he is the next cold, dark, calculating, death, just destroying man. Aleister Black. Aleister Black proving that nobody can mess with him nor stop him at WrestleMania. But that's gonna have to be the end here tonight of our 2K18 Universe Mode episode 132 132 I should say, WrestleMania Part 3. Part 4 is going to be going up a little bit shortly after this, so stay tuned for that. However, that's going to be the end of this video here. If you guys liked it, please let me know by hitting the like button down below. Comment anything you want to comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have, why not hit the bell to be notified of everything we do here on the Bad Wrestling channel. I am, of course, Dominic. Have a good day from Bad Wrestling. Bye-bye. Yo.